live in a country where we can spend billions a day on a war, but they're in the streets starving.
We've said it before. You will own nothing and you will be happy about it.
How much psyop work you got to put in to convince that just being a renter forever is alright? Tell me I'm about to spend every month thousands of dollars in this house and I'm never going to own it.
I'm saying.
It's never going to be mine, ever.
So we brought up talking about the corporations, the people getting greedier and stuff like that. Do you feel like they pay people just enough to remain complacent or compliant?
Yeah.
You think so?
If the average
deliberate.
If the average person actually knew like how underpaid they are.
Oh my goodness, bro.
Because like here's an example of like how you could look at it, right?
Go ahead.
Let's say you're a game developer, right? The CEO of the game development company probably makes $50 million a fucking year or something like that. Like, he probably gets a salary of $30 million and then 30 more million off of like the microtransaction bonuses or the
bonuses, stocks, exactly. Company, all that stuff.
All he's doing, I'm not saying his days ain't long, but all he's doing is what? Meetings and phone calls? And
bro, bro, you got, come on, let's cut the CEO a little more slack. That's a very difficult job. Not anybody.
You have to manage thousands of people. I understand it's difficult.
Yeah, and making very important decisions for the company that could set it back. Like,
send an email out. We're going to put this in the game now. The person who has to code and develop the software to put that shit in the game that he agreed on being there is making probably what, $70K? 65, 70K? If he 100K, if he works somewhere decent, he's an upper manager.
You're not lying about that though.
Why? If the average person knew that there was a fucking like 100x gap between their boss's salary and theirs, they would have a fucking problem. Because how hard they work.
Do you think they would have a problem? I think people kind of intuitively know that. Right?
But the problem is they might, but they associate the motherfucker making more money as them being smarter, better, or more worthy of it than you. And most times it's not the case.
It's not, bro, at all.
A lot of times that nigga daddy getting that job. His daddy was the one that was worked for it. Yeah. His daddy getting the job, now he's the CEO because his daddy said, nah, dad, here you go. You know what I'm saying? Or like, it's just how it is.
Is that nepotism?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
For sure.
Yeah, learning new words, you got, you know.
Nothing wrong with nepotism, man. It's wrong when we do it, but it's...
Yes, problem
LeBron passed that. LeBron is the problem. Y'all mad at him, but okay, but...
Hell yeah.
All right, man. Your landlord's son about to take over your rent soon and fuck your whole shit up.
So I guess Josh Johnson in the clip that we have coming up, he suggests that people are paid just enough to remain compliant. And I kind of agree with that, but let's see what he talking about in the video.
You don't get paid to do your job. You get paid not to riot. They pay you just before riot.
Yes, but
if they paid you any less, you'd riot, and they know that. So they're like, because you got to remember, especially in the U.S., we did have slavery, and they've slowly been trying to get back. As soon as they lost it, they were like, that was some good stuff. That's crazy. It's like having antimonium in the in Black Wakanda, Panther. Yeah. And so it's like, imagine they took all of it away. You got to use regular metal now, and you're like, guys, I'm getting shot. Like this is bad. It's getting
the metal in Wakanda is vibranium.
That's what it is.
Adamantium was man-made.
Oh, okay.
That's what Wolverine's claws are made of.
That's what. Yeah.
Vibranium is.
Yep, vibranium. Yeah.
It's Captain America shield. Whatever, man. That kind of annoyed me, but it's all right. Let's go with what you think first, man.
I think what really hit on me is when he brought up the slavery part. I know, like, they were like, you know, let's get rid of this. And they were like, oh my goodness, we got rid of the best thing that we had here. So now they're trying to get back to the closest thing they can get to slavery without calling it slavery. You know what I'm saying? Giving people people just being way underpaid, overworked, stressed, all that stuff. And it's literally there. And I really do agree that they pay people just enough for them not to riot, or just not enough to try and make any overthrow or do anything crazy. Let
me think this through.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. And they also know that the inequality creates tension, so they got to make sure that the inequality they do have makes it seem that it's comparable.
And that ties back to like the way the U.S. has been structured, the comforts we have been afforded in this country, make that shit acceptable. Like, don't get me wrong, the reason I talk about America all the time and I criticize it because I like it. It. So I have the right to talk about it because I want it to be better. The comforts that our salary gives you compared to the comforts it would give you in a third world country, Well, I mean, compared to what people, how people live day to day in these third world countries, it's night and day.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of, in a way, you're kind of subconsciously or maybe consciously feel like, well, I can't complain too much. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't live in a civil war. I don't live in Yemen or something like that. I don't live somewhere horrible where the government collapsed and it's anarchy and shit in the streets. But at the same time, it's like you live in a country where we can spend billions a day on a war. You can, they'll go on TV and say, yeah, we have these F-35 jets. They cost $400 billion to develop, and each jet costs $1 billion to fly around. And it's like, but there are motherfuckers in the streets starving in the same country that produces these gigantic ass aircraft carriers and shit like that.
I got a better one. Or we live in a country that we're afraid to go to a hospital because we're gonna get a $10,000
bill.
Yeah, we're afraid to get a $10,000 bill just to walk in there.
The average salary in the U.S. as of now is roughly
40. I'm guessing 40.
$65,000.
What? Really, it went up? That's good.
And that range 65 to 71. I'm gonna tell you why it's not good.
I'm not saying.
I'm tell you why it's not good though, because you know how averages work, right?
Yes, I know exactly.
That shit's being carried
by the people,
by the wealthiest 1% so much that if that nigga disappeared, that shit might drop to fucking 40 or 30, maybe 20. You know what I'm saying? Like that's no good, bro. $55K a year, right? The average house costs what? The average house now, minimum now, what is? The shittiest house, $250K.
Bro,
like, right?
They're pricing people out of being able to have a home.
The shittiest house is $250K.
You know what's crazy? I had a video. We should have put this one in there. They said, we've said it before. You will own nothing and you will be happy about it. You'll be okay with it. And that's literally what is happening. They're pricing people out of getting
how
home.
fucking insane you have to, like how much psyop work you got to put in to convince motherfuckers that renting their house and just being a renter forever is all right.
You see what they
tell me I'm about to spend every month thousands of dollars on this house and I'm never gonna own this motherfucker.
That's what I'm saying.
It's never gonna be mine.
That's what I'm saying.
Or this apartment or this condo is never gonna be mine ever.
You see what they doing in the city? A bunch of apartments, small as apartments / they try to call them condos. Yeah, luxury condos. Small, like you can barely live in there. They're building hundreds of them in the city.
In place of homes, yeah.
In place of homes. And when they do get land for homes, they're doing townhomes to fit more people in. And a lot of those people still are renting those out. They don't even own those. And on top of it, you don't get land. No, you see how much they're dicking us right now?
How much shit changes, right? In the 90s, you had roommate niggas that you gay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't think you gay, bro. Why you got roommates? What's going on with that? But now it's like, oh, I understand. You should probably get 2 more.
You probably get 3 more.
I get 3 more.
Yeah. Shit. But that really just shows where we're at right now, bro. They're really dicking us right now.
Yeah, man. And it's like, if people really understood, like truly understood the wealth gap and how 1% of the people own, like, what is it? 1% owns approximately, I found it just now. 1% owns 30% of all wealth in the country. The numbers don't sound, numbers don't sound crazy, 30%, whatever. 30% of 330 million people's wealth. The country produces GDP is what? How many trillions of dollars?
Yeah.
So 1% of people own trillions of dollars between themselves.
That's insane.
1% of 330 million is what? A couple million people, right?
Yeah, 3 million.
Yeah, something like that.
You said 1 million, right? I mean 1%?
1%, 330 million. Yeah, so it's a couple million people. Less people than lives in New York City. You know what I'm saying? Less people live in most cities in the country, right?
Yeah.
It's nuts. It's nuts, bro.
So what can we do to get back our independence and actually start to own something? What can we do, or what do you think?
Stop buying into this shit. I know it's hard because it's your livelihood, everything. You gotta stop buying into that shit.
I don't know if we can, bro. I feel like we too deep into it.
You have an honest answer what people should do? To be honest, I'm so dead ass.
Go ahead.
And I mean,
don't get us clapped.
And I mean this shit like so, like, because if it's not gonna be violence and stuff to get what you deserve, you need to just leave. I'm talking about like, do what they say, cut all your spending off, whatever. Pay just enough to keep your house over your head and keep yourself fed. Cut out all that shit. Save up enough money and just move to another country, bro. You can go live in fucking Thailand or Vietnam or something, get a similar job, and the money you have saved would carry you for months until you figure out what you want to do while you're there. And I know it sounds so scary and crazy because like far away, it's different, everything, and it's not really reasonable or feasible to do for most people. But that's, to me, I'm running out of options, bro. Because
you know what's crazy?
the old school shit was like,
what made you think that?
You want to be honest?
Sure.
I keep seeing people online.
I knew you, bro. That's propaganda, bro. I really think that's why I asked. I think it's propaganda.
If I was in another country, right, that hates America, and I wanted to be weaker and weaker, and I know that the people in America are not happy being there, yeah, come on over. You make how much you make a month? That get you a penthouse suite up here.
Yeah.
Like, you good, don't worry.
Yeah.
One of your dollars is $100, I'm good.
But I think if our government and our country wasn't in on it, they would block that type of content from being shown.
How do they benefit?
Who?
The U.S. government from that.
See, so I'm not gonna lie, I haven't fully thought that through, but maybe they get a certain group of people out of there so they can control the people who stay or can't leave even more.
I thought they already have control of everything.
But I'm just saying, then they really get them out. Them niggas, then the people that stay, they can't do shit at that point.
So much control. Anyway, it's like surveillance is crazy. Everything is surveyed. Everything is watched. Plus, like, when you're poor, it's hard as hell to not be poor because everything costs so much more when you're poor, bro. Like, if you're broke, you have more bills than when you're rich. Like, you have to pay for so much shit, and so much shit, like, hurts you being broke, nigga. If you broke and, like, you can't afford to put tags in your car, you get a ticket for that shit.
Yeah.
You get a ticket to take your car away. You got to pay the car to get the car out of the damn thing. That's just one example of, like, or like we talked about earlier, if you get hurt, the ambulance, $3,000 a bill for the bill, apparently, something like that. I've never been to an ambulance because if I ever got hurt like that, take to the hospital. We ain't doing that. Don't call an ambulance. Shit like that. Like, it costs so much to be poor. So it's like, what the fuck? And then you're poor, you only get, like, bad foods. You eat bad food, and then you got to go to the doctor more because you're sick more.
Yeah. Your
teeth falling out because you have fucking candy and sugary soda and shit around you all the time. And you get cavities and shit. The dentist costs, who knows, $1 million, nigga, when you fucking get a teeth pulled, basically. Yeah. Like, you never know what the fuck they're gonna hand you at the end of that shit. So it's like, what can you do?
I really wish we had someone else in the whip for this one. I just wanted to get someone else's experience, you know, like.
Do you remember you seen Hangover 2?
Yeah.
When
I'm pretty sure.
The dude got shot.
I think I've seen all of them.
And he got shot. He was like, he went to the doctor. And the shit was $6 to get fixed because he's in Bangkok. That's a real thing.
Real?
Yes.
$6 is insane.
You're paying minimum amount of money. You're guaranteed to be treated in these other countries, but universal health care, bro. And it's a shame because the U.S. can afford all of these things.
Yeah.
Individuals in the country can afford to pay for all this shit. Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos could afford to pay for this shit. And it wouldn't be able to help their back. They're not going to do it, though, because they're greedy. Yeah. And they're going to put you in a position where instead of me paying for you to get this shit, I'm going to offer it through benefits of Amazon or something, and you work here for me, and now you're good. Now I'm making more money. You making a little chump change compared to me, but it's all right. And you get your benefits that I might not approve when the time comes. I ain't trying to wait today. Wake up, get some cake today. I've been with the motherfucker. Why you trying to chase today? Wake up, see some O's up in my